This is Chapter 3, Section 3 Notes. Today we are going to be solving inequalities by multiplying or dividing. Now there's something really important, and it's at the top. It's asterisked, it's underlined, it's bolded. It's just trying to get your attention to this point. When multiplying or dividing an inequality by a negative number, so that's important, negative number, any negative number, the inequality sign reverses. Okay, so we're going to see that a little bit later on these notes. And it's just really important to make sure you have this down in your notes, on your frame, all that good stuff, because this will come back time and time again. And if you do not remember to switch the sign, you're going to end up with the wrong answer. So number one, it says multiplying by a positive number. So it says, what are the solutions of x divided by 3 is less than negative 2? Graph the solutions. So again, I want to get x by itself. So to undo the divided by 3, on both sides, I'm going to have to multiply by 3. So on this side, that just cancels out the 3's, leaving with just x. And on this other side, I do negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. So x is less than negative 6. Next, I have to graph. So I'm going to create a number line, and I should put a open dot at negative 6. And because it's less than, it's going to be pointing to the left for the numbers that are less than negative 6. For problem number 2, it says, what are the solutions of negative 3/4 w is greater than or equal to 3? Graph the solutions. This time we do have a negative number that we're going to need to get rid of. So here I would divide by 3/4. However, dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal, or the keep change flip. So I'm always going to flip the fraction. So I'm going to multiply by negative 4 over 3. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Now on this side, it's kind of nice. It only gets rid of that fraction part, leaving with just w. On this next side, I'm going to make the 3 a fraction so that I can multiply straight across. So 3 times negative 4 is going to give me negative 12. And then 1 times 3 should give me 3. And also notice how I flipped the sign. So instead of being a greater than or equal to sign, it's now a less than or equal to sign. And that was because what I multiplied by here at the outside was a negative number. Any negative number being multiplied or divided by the inequality, the sign reverses, or the sign flips. Okay? So now I just have to simplify this fraction. Negative 12 divided by 3, which is negative 4. So my solution is w is less than or equal to negative 4. So again, graph, make it your number line graph, and this should be a closed dot for the line underneath here at negative 4, and because it's less than, it'll go to the left. Number 3. What are the solutions of 63 is greater than or equal to 7q? Well, 7 is being multiplied by q, so to undo that, I'm going to have to divide by 7 on both sides. That crosses out the 7 here, leaving with just q. 63 divided by 7 should be 9, so I'll have 9 is greater than or equal to q. Now, because I also have to graph this solution, it's actually going to be easier if I switch this so my letter comes first and my number comes last. So if I switch the order of the number and the letter, I also switch the sign. So q is less than or equal to 9 is going to be my final answer. Okay. So let's see if I can't get it to be less blurry. Anyways, you're going to have a closed dot at 9, and the arrow should go to the left for less than. Okay. Number 4, it's trying to get better, says, what are the solutions of negative 5h is less than 65? That's better. So for this one, you're going to have to divide by negative 5 on both sides to get h by itself. Now, because you're dividing by this negative number, that means the sign is going to flip. So instead of being a less than sign, you should end up with a greater than sign. So h is greater than negative 13. Should be your final answer. And then create your number line, and it should be an open dot at negative 13. And again, it's going to be pointing to the right for greater than. Okay, number 5 is an application problem. It says, let's see, you walk dogs in your neighborhood after school. You earn $4.50 per dog. How many dogs do you need to earn at least, so that's going to be greater than or equal to, because you want at least $75. Okay, so it's $4.50 per dog, so $4.50 for times D, which is the number of dogs, and you want that to be greater than or equal to 75. Divide each side by 4.5 or 4.50, and you will get that D, the number of dogs, needs to be greater than or equal to 16 2/3 or 16.667. Now you can't walk 2/3 of a dog, that would just be awkward. So you're going to want to round this up. So you need to walk at least 17 more dogs to get $75.